your doorstep. KOIKIMEDIA, KOIKIMEDIA, KOIKIMEDIA. We bringing the one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn sálára àgbà yìí dá, àwọn ló láṣà àti èdè. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá. KOIKIMEDIA, KOIKIMEDIA, KOIKIMEDIA. We bringing the one closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for house. Until they move closer before them go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. Until they move closer before them go sabi. Ọ̀kìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ ìníhùn ló ló la ojú. Ẹyẹ tó lórí kòtò bí àdó ọgbẹ́gbẹ́ lẹ́nu. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tó dúdú àga. Òdúdú àkóbá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé. Ilẹ̀ ìlérí àwa lè bá oko ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni mọ̀lẹ́ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ìyàwó Odùduwà ni wá. KOIKIMEDIA, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. Kásá ẹgbẹ́ kúlú ọjà wà kájé bùbá yín jẹ. Ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ̀lẹ́. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. KOIKIMEDIA ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájú mọ̀ mi o. Máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ o. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. À ń gbádùn rẹ, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé máa dé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ gbàjọ́jì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀. Àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́kun pọ̀ sí o. KOIKIMEDIA ṣàwa ní bàbá. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrè gidi. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Àkúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó fẹ́ o tó kàn jòkó lára ni. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Àgbèrè gèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀gbọ́ àwa ní bàbá o. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà ni wá. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Òdúdúwà la gbé dání, òtítọ́ la gbé dání. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Àgbìsọ̀dálẹ̀, àgbìsọ̀díkẹta. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. Àdúrótán, àtúnpèrè gèdè. KOIKIMEDIA àwọn ní bàbá. KOIKIMEDIA we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn ní bàbá. KOIKIMEDIA is around to give us latest. Is around to give us latest. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. KOIKIMEDIA is around.
Happy Sunday, mo kí gbogbo wa pé another beautiful Sunday. On snow in London, but outside London, not in London. So the bank go London yàtọ̀ outside London. So the whole of outside London is heavy snow. It shows that the Christmas is getting closer, so we can feel it. But it also means that we'll be spending more money on the energy. The British government doesn't have gas, but we need gas from Nigeria. So we don't want Nigeria to grow. That's what they plan. You know, happy Sunday to each and every one of us. Mokiwale and Konsi, we're still just about to, I'm going to start my breakfast. In Yorubaland, La Roy. Today is the 3rd day of December. So we are now countdown to Christmas. So I've gone past the stage where somebody say, hey, don't believe in Christianity, don't believe in Islam, don't believe in Isheshe. I have gone past that stage. If you're still in that kind of situation, God help you. Muslim ni mi, I can celebrate Christmas. Problem we celebrate. But the most important thing is we don't talk about religion because religion is very, very complicated. Omo Yoruba ni wa, ani culture tiwa, amandafani. We check things, we find out things. Doesn't stop you from being Christian, doesn't stop you from being Muslim. We've been praying for Nigeria for the last 63 years. I'm asking this morning, what is the breakfast in Yorubaland? La Roy. Kile je la Roy. Kile tife je lo son. I mean, I'm going to be having my first breakfast, or we call it brunch, because it's past noon. So we call it brunch. Ashake TV, Kabo Sorieto. So, but as you know, we still have Igbo to talk to, and which is this.
Ọjọ́ òní, ọjọ́ tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ gidi gan-an ni fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà. Orí ni ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ọba ti pọ̀ tá ìbá yọ ọ́. Wọ́n ní alákọ̀ọ́rí ọmọ ti lọ. Wò ó, èyí tí wọ́n rò yí ẹ̀ olúwo ọba ńlọ kúkú sẹ́. Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣàṣẹ́bẹ̀ lọ wà. Ọ̀gá máa dúpẹ́ lórí Olódùmarè ọba òkúri. Tó o bá ti tàbí wèrè pọ́jọ́ òní ó tó pé ńkọ́ kí lọ fẹ́ wá láàrin àwọn ọmọ adarí mú gan. Tàbí tó o bá ti tàbí kí ọmọ láàrin ìpẹ́ kí lọ máa ṣẹ̀dá òkè kí o. Ọjọ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ alágbẹ̀dẹ àyẹ̀mọ́ ọba tó fi ọ́ dára tó kù. Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ o, ìwọ náà kọ́ Olódùmarè ọba ní ìlú Ọlárúkẹ. Sunday o, máa gbọ́ àwọn tí gbogbo wọn máa dẹ́gà máa ó dé wọn mọ́lẹ̀ pátápátá wọn ò lè mí mọ́ ó ti kó wọn láyà jẹ́ wọn ò lè sókè wọ́n ṣẹ̀rù bà wọ́n ọjà wọn láyà wọn ò lè mí fín mọ́ ó ti fi ògbójú lápá igbá oró ní èyẹ dànù. wọn máa dẹ́gà máa tẹ́lẹ̀ pọ̀ wọ́n bá tiẹ̀ ọmọ ọpọlọ ogun wọn máa lè ìwọ náà bí bàbá dojú dé àfihàn bí ọba ṣe sí ẹja fọ kí ni bẹ nínú ọ̀gán ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ti dùn mọ̀wúrú bí ọ̀pá ni kò pani bí ọba ní pani kó yẹ kó mọ̀wúrú.
Àgbàlagbà gbọ́dọ̀ jọ gẹ̀dẹ̀ kan. Àgbàlagbà bíi tèmi báyìí. Ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ méjì ni mo gbọ́dọ̀ máa jẹ. Ọgbọ́dọ̀ máa fọ́ kú.
Ẹni bá wọ pé ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ti di gà lọ́yẹ̀.
Lórí.
Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣá.
Yé orí ẹ̀ o.
Ọmọ Yorùbá
àtàtà ní ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ni ó ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọmọ bọ́ọ̀sì ìwọ ọlọ́pàá Gàmbàrí nípa ìsìn. Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ọ̀pá Gàmbàrí nípa ìsìn. Ọ̀pá Fúlàní nípa ọgbẹ́ tó ló pọ̀ ya onítọ̀ọ́mọ Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá.
Ìgbòho ṣá lọ́wọ́.
Ọlá bàbá rẹ lọ ọmọ pẹ̀lá ọlẹ́nilé mo sùn lẹ́ẹ̀kan ọmọ ajá tó yàn jìyẹ́ kí ní àwọn bàbá rẹ mo dẹ́lu mo dáa ní òde wọ́n di méjì bá rẹ̀ ta àná mo di méjì bá rẹ̀ jì àgàdà yín ó di méjì bá rẹ̀ gbẹ̀dínlógún ó kan ní àárọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kókó ilé wọn ṣàgàdà nínú bí àwọn rẹ̀ ọmọ gbẹ́tọ̀ ọlọ́kọ̀ inú ìṣòwò akọ̀ní sọ ọlọ́kọ̀ inú sì gbà lẹ́kẹ̀ ọmọ Adéyẹmọ o. Sunday Ìgbòho sàmà fún ogun nínú ni lógún ogun ló ní ilé àárọ̀ ogun ni wọ́n fi jagun. Gbẹ́gbẹ́ jẹ́ lóògùn ọ̀jẹ̀ ẹjẹ́ nana wọn lóògùn náà. Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣà lónìí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbòmìnira dandan ni. Nígbà wá gbọ́ o. Àṣẹ ọlọ́dọọdọ yóò. Ìlànà Olódùmarè ni wọ́n máa lọ ọmọdé yẹn mẹ́wò. Dákun mọ́ làwọn oníṣẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ kálukú mọ̀ fi dùn wọ́n. Orí kálukú ló gbé ẹgbẹ́ tó kọ̀. Wọ́n máa gbọ́ o. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tàkà ń tẹ́wá lóye.
Ìjọ wo ló ti jẹ Sade ìgbà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Bishop Adesina mo kí.
Ẹ̀mí jù ọ́.
Jù ẹ́.
Ẹjọ́ orodò lọ sí. Ìbá méjì kọ́ o. Ẹni tó lọ́ọ́
Bàbá mi bóyè ẹ̀ka rọ̀ṣà.
Àwọn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ tó kọ̀ọ̀lá tiwa.
Akọni tiwa.
Akọni jagunjagun ọkùnrin tààrà. Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ wọ́n á máa gbọ́n fẹ́ ṣàdúrà kan fún wọn ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹni tó bá ní kó òkú ní kékeré kó máa fọwọ́ àwọn ṣe ra wọn.
Àwọn ni.
Wọ́n ní kàkọ́ máa ṣe ara rẹ̀ kókò dànù.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ìmọ̀jọ́ ayé gbọ̀ ní kúlówó ọmọ gbá kékeré. Ilé ọmọ gbẹ̀yìn abẹ́dẹ́ kò sí pàtàkì òní gbúrú òdòkó tẹ̀. Máa bo àwọn bàbá rẹ̀ tó ti wà nínú ìgbé ìdájọ́ wọn máa fọwọ́ tí ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ ni. Àwọn alájagun tí wọ́n lè jagun ṣáájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n mọ fi ọtí ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ ni kó o dúwà ọlọ́fin ọba kálá lásán àjàká àjàngàtìrẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́fẹ́rí lánàfọ́kúnlá òun lẹ̀ mẹ́rú ọmọdékùnrin sábà aborílá aborí kòkó alùpùpù bàbá àkùtù ògèdè gbé ẹgbẹ́gbẹ́ngbòrò lè kẹsà sàbọ̀.
Gbọ́dọ̀ ti rí ìgbìpẹ̀tùpẹ̀ tó tiẹ̀.
Ọ̀gbárùgbàlárúgbó lọ́nùgbọ́lọ́ lè jó òkun lẹ̀yà ọ̀sẹ̀ pààyàn kẹ́ni ẹ̀ máa ń de bàbá rẹ lọ òrùkàtàrí bàbà kẹ́ni ẹ̀ máa ń de bàbá rẹ lọ alárúgbó parúgbó Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ní oṣù olùkọ́ ní gbangba Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ó ti dìbò kóòdù ó ti wà lókè ẹni ẹ bá ní ọjà kọ́kọ́ máa kú ni máa gbọ́ o sórí má bẹ̀rù ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́ ó rí ní gbogbo fùlùfùlù labalábá tí wọ́n ń dìbò lẹ́kùn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho sà ó rí bí wọ́n ti ń wo sọ àkísà máa gbọ́ o jẹ́ ìgbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà tó bá lóye akọ́dà yí ọgbọ́n ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ní ẹja àfọwọ́ tì àti yí débi tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹja àfọ tẹ́lẹ̀.
Èmi jù ẹ lọ ìwọ jù mí lọ gbé wa lẹ́nu rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Akọ́dà yí ọgbọ́n ẹja àkọ́kọ́ ká bí ẹni tó ń wọ́pọ̀ fíṣẹ́ lárugẹ ni. Ẹ máa gbọ́ oní bọ́ ìyẹnsẹ̀ wọn máa fara oní ni. Igi igbó sórí tọ̀ wọ́n dìgbẹ́ ẹ̀rí ni àwọn àgbàlagbà wọ́n ní bí orí bá dúró tọrùn inú dèyàn ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ gan ni Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ yé máa bá ọjọ́ òní ọjọ́ burúkú tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n ṣerú ẹ̀ wọn ò lè mú jẹ́ ẹ̀. Má ṣe pé ṣùgbọ́n nu rẹ̀.
Ìmọ́lẹ̀ a ṣe ń padà bọ̀ má ka gbogbo ẹ̀kan délẹ̀ thank you.
Àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ láti gbogbo àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ àwọn tó mú kọ́jọ́ ò ná wáyé má ṣe pé o ṣùgbọ́n má jẹnu rẹ̀ ó gbófò gbogbo ẹ̀tọ́ pátápátá àrò ní ọ̀mọ̀ àrọ̀ mọ orí bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa fèyí sí lọ́lé wa kì í ṣe é mọ̀ wọ́n lè bí ilé rẹ̀ wípé ìtàlápọ̀ni ìwòtọ́ lápẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbájá ní tàmẹ́dọ́ ní ìmọ̀lẹ́ akéwìrì ọmọ wọn lọ́gbọ̀mọ̀ sọ àkílété mo bólúwa mi dúpẹ́ mọ́ kẹrù àfà.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí happy Sunday and mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa káàkiri gbogbo ibi tí ẹ ti fi láǹfààní àti tún fi gbọ́ wa ní ibi tí olúkálùkù wa wà. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kí ló máa ń pè nígbà tí ebi bá dé lédè Yorùbá ìyá mi àṣà àti ṣe TV tẹ́bí bá ti wọ̀lú ṣé yanrìn ló máa ń pè tí mo pronounce dáadáa ṣé yanrìn ni tí wàhálà bá ti dé tẹ́bí pé ebi ti wọ̀lú torí ebi ti wọ̀lú báyìí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ebi gidi everybody dey cry iyàn ok ẹ ṣé gan ni wọ́n ní iyàn ló ń jẹ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa yàkàn béèrè pé what language is this? It's called Yoruba language. In case you don't know, it's called Yoruba language. The most beautiful language with over 80 million people around the world. About 30 million in what is called Nigeria today. Yoruba people are the indigenous people. So, ẹni tó ń béèrè pé what language yẹn bí a kò ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá ló ṣe ń béèrè. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí happy Sunday. Mo rò pé mo tan náà yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ ni àṣekò tán. Mo ṣe àwọn pòróró yẹn ọ̀gbà látẹ̀ nǹkan. Mo kí gbogbo wa níbi tẹ́ bá ti fẹ́ máa gbọ́ wa. Iyàn ti mú ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa Ọlákìtàn. Thanks so much. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nísìn iyàn everywhere everybody dey cry everybody is shouting but what is the solution? What is the way forward? Do we put all the blame on the administration? Do we put the blame on Nigeria? Oh, you've never heard about it before. Wow, you might want to follow this platform so that you can be able to know more about it. They are the Yoruba people that was part of the country that was amalgamated by the British in 1914. So we are the nationalists that are proud nationalists. The topic is about the breakup of Nigeria. Do you know Nigeria? Have you heard about Nigeria before? You probably must have. So Nigeria is the most populous black nation, they say, but the indigenous people who are the Yorubas, yes, so we are the Yoruba, which I am one, and many of us like that. So we don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. So we are not secessionists, but we are self-determination campaigner, just like the Scottish people. Thanks so much. So the Scottish people are also the same like Yoruba that wants to exit what they call Nigeria. So Nigeria is somewhere around here. So that is Nigeria. Where is it? So that is Nigeria, not too far from the J. So we don't want to be part of Nigeria. So we are campaigning for the breakup of Nigeria, just like it happened during the Soviet Union. So what we do is we do different programs and we use that to educate and enlighten our people. But most time we speak English, but sometimes we speak the local language, which is, the Yoruba, as you might want to call it. But again, it's not a local language, but it's just what it will be called for those outside Nigeria. So let's start.
ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àti ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tìlé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹrù bo lórúkọ gan-an ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán àlànà kọjá dandan o ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ Atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ Gèlèlè wodò Ìsànyà Ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sí náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàdé Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho áfíkọ̀ pọ̀kọ̀ sí amúkan yòókù bọ̀ Sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹ́rù wálé wàràmùjẹ́ ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́ láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn ò ní bomi Sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kọfìrí ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi Sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé tí ń ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ títọ́ domi láéláé ìtọ́ nílé domi Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti bí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
Mo kí gbogbo aláìkan say we are almost there.
Bọ́dá ìlànà àgbà navy blue check jákàmọ̀ 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 lọ́sí
Ìgbòho. Wọ́n ti wà confused. The love is too much. 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 Lẹ́ǹkan sí. Ìyá Kúrò lẹ́ǹkan sí. Navy blue shirt. Navy blue shirt. Jẹ́ kọ́mọ̀. Jẹ́ kọ́mọ̀. Jẹ́ kọ́mọ̀. Jẹ́ kọ́mọ̀. You don't see Ìgbòho. You don't see Ìgbòho. Ìgbòho. You are confused. The love is too much. The love is just too much. The love is too much. Happy first Sunday, and I say again, Kini Odoyin Shenri ni Yorubaland. I'm talking to diaspora. Even if you are in Ghana, even if you are in Cote d'Ivoire, even if you are not in the Europe, ọmọ Yorùbá ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Báwo ni Odoyin ṣe rí ní àárọ̀ yìí when it comes to breakfast, when it comes to lunch? We are now at a solution. Bàbá mi Mike Ọlá mo fi tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ kí ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa. This is my small little kitchen in Europe. or probably Europe not because we're still under Europe, where at least, you know, I'm sure most of you, sometimes you're gonna look your eyes, not let your eyes come out for your face, so don't let people deceive you outside. This is me. I know some people, they do packaging. That's what you do in Nigeria. I don't do packaging, but you can hopefully and tell more before we start the program. This is a kitchen that can feed an average family of 4 in Nigeria for 1 year. If I am to transport everything here and send it to one family. Yeah, family of 4. A mother, husband, I think 3 children. I want to say 3 children. Even as it is in December, look, everything is empty. We don't have enough food in the house. But if I transport this to you, okay, my check is up. My check is gone. And I'm going to say something about Baba Mi my caller, but let me first play the Yoruba anthem before we move into the program. Eba wa pin eto. Kó má dàbí pé èèyàn ń ṣe ìgbéraga, eba wa pin, eba wa like it. It's not something I love to say, but it's because it also helps the algorithm. Tó bá mọ̀ tán pé bẹ́ẹ̀, lọ wò lórí Google. Wallahi, ní rogo yẹn lò tábà kúrò ní Nigeria kò ń ṣépè. It's not a cause. I know a lot of you are going to the church. Happy Sunday, love you Sunday, happy Sunday. Àwọn èèyàn máa ṣe àsàlátù. But people are hungry. Ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn nílé. What is the production? This is a platform that will wake your mind up. You will stop loving that shit old country called Nigeria. I'm not going to abuse anyone anymore. But your politician, I will get abused, and I will be moderate with my program this time around as we go into 2024. Just education. Make I not let my plantain burn. I'm going to also open the phone line. If you know the number, I want you to call in as well. I want us to interact. Are we overdriving the Yoruba nation that our people suffer? Àwọn èèyàn wá ń suffer, or should we slow down and say, èmi kúkú ń gbádùn ní London? At least, I don't want, look, mo fẹ́ jẹyin láàárọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀, mo rí pa, ọmọ inú ilé yẹn ń jẹyin o. 12 ni mo rà lánàá. I bought this yesterday. Look, it is gone. That means we need the poultry to supply again to my store so that when I go there, I'm able to buy another. Ọmọ mi ló jẹ the last one. Láàárọ̀, you see? Okay? Now, this is KOIKIMEDIA kitchen. Báwo ni ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà ṣe rí? Báwo ni kitchen tí ń ṣe rí? Ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ mi tí èjì ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ kí ló ń fi ṣe? Sórí, ṣé wọn náà rí? Màá mú bẹ̀ wá slowly fún ẹ sórí. Ó ti ready sórí. Right? Wọ́n bí mi dá kí n jẹ lé nìkan tán fúnra mi. Mo fẹ́ para mi nìyẹn. Mo kàn mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ dín torí pé a kì í mọ̀ àwọn ará ilé ti jẹun. Look, àwọn ọmọ ti jẹ cereal. Àwọn ti ṣe fàájì lọ sórí. Àwọn ti jẹ cereal. Now, tí bí mi pé kí ni máa fi jẹ dòdò yìí? Bí mi náà. Ní Kóìkì ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó wá ń dín nísìn nígbà tó ní kò sẹ́yìn inú ilé kí ló máa fi jẹ? ẹ ṣe gan yàwá Eunice Ládìpọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ kí àwọn èèyàn dáadáa so màá jẹ́ kó settle down díẹ̀ èèlò ló ń tọ́ gẹ̀dẹ̀ Nàìjíríà nísìn ẹ jẹ́ mo yóò yà ká tó kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà ṣẹ́ náà ẹ fi gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ ni so let me turn this off. It cost a lot. It cost arms and leg. Ìyá mi Grace Olúṣòótọ́. Èèyàn kan béèrè yín lọ́wọ́ mi láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní àwọn máa ń rí yín káàkiri mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ní ìyá dáadáa ni. Wọ́n wá ní ẹ̀ subscribe pẹ̀lú àwa náà ni pé kí ló dé ṣé ń bá Koiki jà ni pé ẹ̀ subscribe sórí new channel wa yẹn ìyẹn YouTube channel wa tẹ́yìn náà máa fún wa ní kankan. Àmọ́ ní ìyá máa ń gbọ́n wọ́n sọ́bẹ̀ fún mi. Ìtorí àwọn gangan lọ ní GR1 bí ẹni ọ̀rántí mọ́ ni. So àárọ̀ lọ́sì bí mi ò pé ìyá mi Grace Olúṣòótọ́ ẹ jẹ́ n kọ́kọ́ kí ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà mo júbà gbogbo àwọn balẹ̀ Yorùbá mo kí yín èmi á máa sọ fún àwọn ọba wa pé ìyà ń jẹ wá Clement ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta náà I've been asking of you I say hey Clement ti faṣẹ́ lọ ó dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dáwó sọ́dọ̀ Odùduwà ó gbọ́dọ̀ dáwó sọ́dọ̀ Biafra just last night I was asking of you I said I haven't seen Clement for some time it looks like Clement is so busy working hard. Because most of you don't know that the Yoruba Nation movement and the Biafra movement is funded by individuals. And I'm going to be reading what I read from my brother, Kayode Emola, a very, very beautiful article. Something that maybe we can learn from. Because we are shouting Yoruba Nation, Yoruba Nation. They are not listening to us. Why? Because look, dòdò yìí jẹ nísìn máa fi wọ̀n ẹ́ nítorí pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé mo sì fẹ́ kí dáadáa sórí omi ọbẹ̀ yìí òní máa fi jẹ́ omi ọbẹ̀ yìí máa kọ́ra bu díẹ̀ lé lórí so that a lè lọ tìrín thank you so much Clement hey Biafra I understand there's a lot of things going on the social media. Yoruba and Igbo are fighting each other. I can read it. I was there. The bigotry. We don't like each other. So it's better we even break quickly. Look, the only option is let us break so that we can even control the immigration. So that we can control the immigration. But one thing is, on a Sunday, on the first Sunday of the month of December, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá nílé nísìn wọ́n rí oúnjẹ gidi jẹ. Iyán ti wà nínú ilé. Mo kí ìyàwó Eunice Ládìpọ̀. Màá kọ́kọ́ lọ kí ẹ̀yin ìyàwó dáadáa. Tori, we love you, our mothers. I met many of you yesterday, the grandmothers, the beautiful sisters, the auntie, Dr. Zabi, all the way from Newcastle. When it comes to Yoruba Nation, stop saying that we are not doing anything. What we are doing right now is part of it. Bishop Adesina is doing something. In your consent message similar on Kumikon, I don't know whether he's listening. One year Koiki, àwọn Biafra ti fẹ́ print owó wọn. What if ṣe printing owó wọn but Bishop Adesina fáwọn náà ní template kan pé ká tẹ̀sí máa manage ká sì máa ṣíjọ́ lò tí Bishop Adesina bá kó wa jáde tó sá lọ a máa fi Interpol a máa fi lè mú kódà a tún lọ gbàdúrà lé lórí pé ibikíbi tó bá wà ó gbọ́dọ̀ fẹsẹ̀ rìnrìn padà I can guarantee you that but I support it. And sort passport the passport has been something that Prophet Dr. Okebiorunkosi wanted to start kó tó di pé Yadagboru dé tó dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú. So the Yoruba people are doing something, but the Igbos or the Biafrans, we are not the same. They are running their own program, and we are running our own. Emarope, we are just talking and talking. There's a lot that everyone can do. I don't have to do it. I don't have to come on here. I am not here just to be told I am just saying that what do we do? Do we leave our people alone and they should continue to suffer because of why? I don't suffer when you the option now is we can review this thing, even if it's going to take some years to negotiate, to talk about it. But they don't want to talk about it. They want to keep Nigeria and they are complaining. Yesterday, I'm not going to show this bread. I'm not going to show the front. Because this one, they are not paying me for it. It's not paying for the advert. I want to show, I'm not showing anything yet. So, I bought this yesterday with Ogedeyi. I spent about almost 10 pounds, 9 pounds something in the local store. More Ogede, more plantain crepes. I like plantain crepes. I'm not going to tell you which one. But I can tell you Olu Olu because I'm still their brand ambassador. So I bought Olu yesterday as well. So I bought Olu and I bought another one that doesn't represent me. So this is the Olu. I can tell you that the children have heard they love it so much. Olu gone there for many product So yesterday we now got this one. I can give you the name of this one. It's called Lishabi bread. This one was given to us at the party yesterday. So that means they sponsor us, so we can talk about them. So it's called Lishabi bread. It costs £2. That's about 2,800 naira. That's this loaf in Nigeria equivalent is 2,800 naira. That means even though me I have bread at home, the only difference in this one they don't slice them for me. While this one they don't slice them. Now Ninule Nikon, I bought my own bread because I didn't know that if I knew that they were going to give us bread yesterday, I go save my £2. I don't go buy bread again. But because ìyẹn sọ pé Elédùmarè ò fi ọ̀la wọn wá, èní nìkan ló fi wọ̀n wá. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ pé yẹn kò ní bọ́ sí, ó máa bọ́ sí. Wọ́n ní 7 pieces of ripe plantain cost 1,000 naira. Okay, 7 pieces, and I'm sure they are very, very small ones. It's very expensive here as well. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Woolwich. Mo kí Baba Akitoye. Mo kí Professor Adebanji Akitoye. Mo kí bàbá yẹn dáadáa. Ẹ̀bí mi mo ní dodo mi. Èmi wọn ní tó bá wù mí mo lè ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Mo kí wọn rárá. Ẹni I go explain tire. I go explain tire because that is the job of a journalist, is to explain tire. I have all the time. This kitchen, if I transport them to Nigeria, 1 year, that family no go buy anything. The only thing they're going to buy gas to cook. This kitchen, with my 2 freezer, transport everything to Nigeria. It can feed you for 1 year. Because there are some food that are called canned food. We buy some food for look, I have a food that I can eat for 3 months if I go into emergency. 3 months. I prepare for that because the war is changing. Ilaye change. So you don't know what is going to happen. One day you can go to the store and they say there's no spaghetti, there's no baked beans, there's no corned beef. So I do what they call 3 months. I seal that one. That one is not even in the kitchen yet. I keep on somewhere. You seal it up so that in 3 months, if anything happens for outside, I can feed my family for the first 3 months, and then we go fight for another one. I'm bossy. What we are saying, the Nigeria you love does not love you. I am not here for Tinubu. I am not here for APC. I am just saying generally now, the Nigeria that you love so much does not love you. It's as simple as that. Many of you are living in denial, but you are waiting for one miracle. You are waiting for something to kickstart. But one thing is, nothing is going to kickstart if we, the real Yoruba people, have not come out and say we've had enough. What I can say is that, hey, it's enough. You are still enjoying Nigeria. She enjoying Nigeria. Many Yoruba people, they enjoy Nigeria. You are telling us lies, but Nigeria is not working. You are telling us lies. You all are enjoying Nigeria, and you love Nigeria. You want to die for Nigeria. It is just that we will not accept it, and that is why the campaign for the Yoruba nation must continue. Tell me to come back home. I have nothing to come and take at home because I'm not going to leave Europe and come and sit with you when you are not ready. When you are ready, we will come. There are people on the ground. We love our own base media that are working tirelessly. They are with you at home. I don't need to be at home to come and campaign and be with you. I am better off to stay here and do my campaign. It is entirely up to you to take it or leave it. But one thing is, so while we are going to be doing my meal, because I want to eat, I'm hungry. So I might find something just to keep you going. Because I'm not going to be eating, I'll be talking. I'll be eating while I'll be playing something just to keep us. And maybe if somebody wants to call in, I will allow you to call in into the program. But let's find something. Let's play this one to start with.
The cost of fuel has gone up food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seems anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways.
But there's no other way.
But there's not.
Okay.
Child!
Okay.
Wala
Day. Wala day. Hey, tell me something. Now put my stew on top. You know the way you do it like that? Just to give it some nice, you know. The plantain is still hot, so I don't need to warm the stew. Okay? Very nice. So what we're going to do, because I'm going to need about 10 minutes to eat. Let me call Bishop Adesina. I hope he's not in the church. Let's see if we can get Bishop Adesina just to hold the program for me for the next 10 minutes while I'm eating. Let's call him so that he can come and address us. Koiki, this Ruba where you dey advertise, can you guarantee it? Can you guarantee Facebook that you dey use? Can you guarantee your data? Egbomi Rugija and Moki, stop pulling ourselves down. We should not pull ourselves down, rather we should pull ourselves up. If Bishop Adesina is not doing it well, then you also bring something out to challenge his own. But for now, it is still the best option. Your Naira is going down every day. It is not just Nigeria. As I was about to start the program, Alex Mamo, happy Sunday to you as well. I picked up something on the Microsoft Financial Times. Slowing inflation piles pressure on central banks to pivot. Slowing inflation. So if we are also feeling the inflation that is slowing down in Europe, you in Nigeria, in the next 8 years, this government, this administration cannot do anything. It's going to be lies upon lies, okay? So they can tell you lies. The central bankers stand accused of reacting too slowly to signs that inflation crisis is dissipating less than 2 years after they were criticized for being late in responding to the most brutal surge in the price for a generation. Some policymakers are already warning that by waiting too long to cut the borrowing costs, central banks could harm weakening economy. The Eurozone has stagnated all year or heavily indebted governments such as Italy. Let's go further. The European Bank was thrust in the forefront of this debate this week. After Eurozone inflation fell to 2.4%, it is the slowest level since July 2021 during the COVID, taking growth tantalizingly close to the bank 2% target. Similar debates are brewing in the US and UK. Even if headline inflation rates, they have not yet fallen as low. The question is which of the big central banks are at risk of making a policy mistake here, and to me it is most likely the ECB, because inflation will fall back quickly, said Ines McPhee, chief global economics at Oxford Economics. Everything must be from Oxford. Why not from Obafemi Awolowo University Economics to be telling us this? Is because we are not value people. Moki Arole Olodumare. Like I said, let's see if I can get Bishop. Okay, my internet is not on. Emma Binu. Because when I'm doing my program like that to start in the morning, I don't want the internet to be on in case somebody's calling. So let's see if we can get Bishop while I prepare my brunch. I'm on this thing sweet, sweet like honey pie. Emma Binu, Prophet John Ogundele, Mori Miss Korini Jetta. I know you call, but time take me. I'm about to 1 hour different. I was still sleeping. Let's see if we can get Bishop. If not, if you want to call into the program, I'll let you to call in. Make an account, join me. Sweet. All right. Let's go and find something to play. Play for you. just to keep the broadcast going. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Báwo nílẹ̀ Yorùbá láàárọ̀ yìí? When it comes to food, how many of you are eating the kind of food you want? Or anything where your mouth see, you go chop. Not the thing where you want exactly yourself. Gbogbo ara máa jẹ breakfast. A ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mẹ́yẹ̀ bọ̀ lápò ni. Bo ni àgàgà yẹn wà náà. Èwo lélẹ̀. Àti parí gbogbo eléyìí. All this program are gone already. Which one is this? I'm just looking for something to play, just to keep us going while I'm eating my food. Let's go on YouTube. Just find something that will not contradict my program. Very, very careful now. I can see what video Baba Kitoye, or I can go and find Baba Kitoye video. Just look for, okay, I think we should play this one. I don't think we have problem with Sarah Reporter when we use this video. But let's listen to this, Professor Banja Kitoye. This was about some 5 years ago. That will keep me from talking while I'm eating.
Of their country. And it is their duty to guide and govern it in ways that are suitable for the nature of that country. If you do not do that, you will find the country going to pieces in your hand. The architect is an artist who designs a house and does not take cognizance of the important factors in the circumstance. We build a house that will collapse. What type of soil do you have? What type of material is available? What type of workmen do you have? What type of technology do you have to get things together? If you do not put all of that together as an architect, you will put together a house that will collapse. And so my summary of the weakness, the failings, the disastrous failings of leadership in our country is that our leaders have never really asked themselves, what kind of country do we have? And how do we put it together to achieve success? The result is that we have gone from the very highest of our, and it is to be wondered how much more a country can take in mishandling that Nigeria has taken before it breaks up. So I have seen this country succeed a lot. In 1982, I was a young senator in the Nigerian Senate. I was also an academic. And as a result of the combination of the two, I was invited by the Republic of South Korea to give a lecture as part of the installation of their newly elected president in 1982. And I was to talk about the growing relationship between South Korea and Nigeria. And all I could say was of pride in my country. We were so far ahead of those people. All the rulers were there in the hall as in the Institute of International Relations and National Security as I delivered my lecture. And I was telling them, it is not only oil that we can sell to you, there is a lot we can teach you. For instance, we have built some of the best, most successful universities in the third world. We have built one of the most respected medical schools on earth. We have succeeded in developing our agricultural products and become one of the greatest producers in the world. Nigeria was the greatest producer of groundnuts in the world, the largest producer of palm oil in the world. It's the second largest producer of cocoa in the world. We have a lot to teach you. My country, Nigeria, has a lot to teach you. Today, South Korea is at least 1,000 years ahead of Nigeria.
Did you hear that? 1982 till 5 years ago, ni baba ṣe video yìí. 5 years ago, South Korea is 1,000 years ahead of Nigeria. They play. Make sure they enjoy their breakfast or brunch. Go ahead, Baba.
Nigerian leaders have succeeded in taking the wealth and the potentialities, the human material wealth and the potentialities of Nigeria, and produce one of the desperately poor countries on earth. That is what we have done as leaders of our country. And why have we come to this condition? It is because our leaders have never really asked themselves, what kind of country do we have? What are its capabilities and possibilities and potentialities? What are its weaknesses? How do we manage the weaknesses? How do we accentuate the strengths? We've never done that. People go into politics because, oh, it is a profitable thing to be in politics. It's also, it gives you ability and some chance to show yourself and become a prominent citizen and make money and become a great man. That's why our leaders go into politics these days. I have been a very close young worker with a man who was determined to find out the direction that Nigeria should go in a systematic, almost scientific way. I'm referring to Tifawolo. When he came out of prison in 1967, and he was determined to go back into politics, a number of us young people decided to come together and surround him and give him our services. And he was working for the greatest of Nigeria in a systematic, I say, almost scientific manner. That's how to rule a country. That's how to govern a country. You have a country of many nationalities. These are not immigrants into Nigeria, recent immigrants. The Yoruba, the Hausa, the Tiv and so on, are thousands of years old on this soil. They are not small immigrant peoples. They are thousands of years old in this land. They have built systems that have sustained them for thousands of years. And then you put them together as a country and you...
God bless Professor Banji Akintoye for us. Most of you that criticize this man, thank you so much. Just reason, I'm going to read your comment, and I'm also going to read the comment of my brother Clement. Baba Akintoye made this video 5 years ago. That was clear picture before Yoruba Nation started. Now, let's calculate from 5 years ago. How many people can tell me the year? Sorry, but I'm calculator. Moke or not cheater. The KOIKIMEDIA team. You say me can send your own. I borrow long. I'm a dodoing. Eba me mulosi 5 years ago from today. Year wulubosi. Mufi linke. Monkokon. Queen Von Shah Tarot. Thank you for joining us. 2018. Thank you so much. So literally, Baba made this 2018, and today, the question we should ask, thank you so much, Woolwich, Triple DRS. Just Reason went on to say, our people have been so brainwashed, and struggling to wake up to the modern reality of dignified lifestyle. Do you know what they call dignified? Most of you have been stripped naked. You are just walking on the street, but you actually have a cloth on. But for us, we see your nakedness. Whether you're a male, female, old, young. We see the nakedness, and that is why we're saying, no. This is 21st century, I better cover them. But if you want to now look sexy, that's a different thing. You can want to look sexy, but you know that you're looking sexy after you don't have food. Like now I'm full up. If I decide to wear belly top, if I decide to wear sleeveless, but inside this weather, they don't burn you well. I hope you understand. So when Taban so fenye yowa mukiyawa rukaya tomawumi, ba ni gbogbo do ilon. Mo ra daddy wa kan to wa láti France. They came all the way from France. These were couples, elderly couple, retired. When I was in Nigeria, they gave us access to something that we were using for printing. But most of you thought everything that we were doing then, people were giving me money. But that's a different conversation. They purposely came because of me and Dr. Zabi. Siventi Elano. All the way from France, couples. They've been looking forward to see me when I was not there in time. May God bless them. They have a printing machine. I'm not going to tell you the state. They gave me access to that printing machine to print everything I wanted to print, but we will only buy the material. Eyomo Yoruba. Look, like I said, me, I don't talk. That's why a lot of you today are wondering that, who is this guy? Because that 6 months where I spent for Nigeria, where everybody, they see that printing. These are the couples that gave me access to their printing vault, where we can print anything without paying anything more than the fact that I will buy the materials myself. God bless them. And they are still standing with Yoruba Nation under the leadership of Baba Akintoye. These are what we should be thinking of now as we move into the next phase of the movement. What do we do to impact the lives of the people quicker, especially the BT? We must start thinking out of the box. Yoruba Nation now, and our people are hungry. I'm going to tell you what Kayode Mola wrote in his article. Most Yoruba people know they read. Or they say even some black people know they read. But I disagree with that. I have read it, and I'll share that with you. So Just Reason went again to say, our people have been so brainwashed, and they are struggling to wake up to the modern day reality. Look, I did not fry the plantain inside this Ororo fry pan. What I did was, we fried it inside the deep fryer. The deep fryer is different from this. It's two different machines. This is the modern life that we are living. Not the one that you are still living inside that bush called Nigeria. And Nigeria will never develop, even after this government have done 8 years. PDP took it for 16 years. The end game was that people were rich, just like over 1,400 people traveled with Bola Tinubu to Dubai. You know what they went to do? Christmas. You know Dubai is not giving anybody visa anymore, so they took advantage of that. There's nothing wrong. I've said to Tinubu, enjoy yourself with the groups of people that you are going to be enriching yourself with. Buhari did more than that. So I will continue to say, Tinubu, make sure you enrich as many people from your own clan. Is that the kind of Nigeria you want? But power will switch again to the north. Because like I always say, they are not going to give Igbo people to become president, because if they give Igbo people presidency, they will buy Lagos from us. They will literally take Lagos. Is that not what you think? They will literally take Lagos. So we are not even going to allow them to become the president. And you want us all to live together in that block so that we can continue to put nepotism, marginalize ourselves, and then we'll be talking about some stupid history when nobody's asking the real question, why did the British join us with the Igbos when they know that these are people that we should not live together with? Why? Why did they join us with the Northerners when they know that the North is not looking forward to a transformation? They want to become the Arabic people that would live with the Saudi Arabia and the rest of the Arabs. Why did they join us with the Fulani? These are the real questions we should be asking. But we are Mokiyawa Iyabo Olubumi, happy Sunday, man. But we are not asking those questions. What we are doing is that we are looking at it from 1960. Why we should be taking it back to 1914? Why? Because the British live with every one of us. They know the one more Iwati Yoruba, one more Iwati Igbo, one more Iwata Hausa, one more Iwati 300 ethnic people. And yet they went further to join us together. And today there is bigotry, there's fighting, there's this kind of hatred between us and the rest of the people that was joined together called Nigeria. The question then is, why not just allow some of us to go our separate ways so that we can go and resolve our problem internally, so that if the Igbo wants to come and steal Lagos from us, then they will steal it. Like I always say, they have every right to live in any part of Nigeria because that is what the constitution says. There's nothing you can do to the Igbos. There's nothing you can do to them because as long as we all say we want to remain in one Nigeria, the Igbos have the right to live in any part of Nigeria and invest in there. It is entirely up to your state governor and your representative to manage what can make sure that they do not take the land from you. Idiots all over the place. Ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Igbo, but ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Britain tó kó gbogbo àpapọ̀. The British brought all this mess on every single one of us. You don't want us to talk about that. Mokiwale and Ponsi. Clement went further to say, America is 10,000 years ahead of the zoo. Even Saudi Arabia is 500 years ahead of Nigeria. Every nation is in fact ahead of Nigeria today because some of them can work peacefully together. There is no electricity even if you can afford it. May God help my people. So let me now come back quickly because we've done almost 1 hour. Many of you, Clement Inze say, my friend, since your ancestor become president, you enter house. Thank God you are speaking. Bye. These are the shit old Igbos that come in and talk nonsense. I block your head off. You see what he's saying? You see, that is why we can never be one. Igbo àti Yoruba, kì í ṣe kankan náà. Ẹ jẹ́ kólúkálùkù máa lọ́n rẹ̀ ní gbọ́. Because today now, me, where they come out every day, he come out now. He's not been on my program. He say, since Tinubu become the president, you now go enter house. Which house we enter? You can see why we say that the Igbos and the Yorubas, we are not one. We can live in denial. But one thing is, the longer time you're Yoruba, tẹ́fẹ́ wà nínú Nàìjíríà ní any right láti sọ fún ọmọ Igbo pé kò lè gbé anywhere nínú Nàìjíríà ní right o right yín ò sí níbẹ̀ fact ni mo sọ fún yín ó better kẹ́ tètè máa ní understanding táwọn sọ nísìn. You don't have any right. You can continue to live in denial. You have no right to tell any Igbos not to live anywhere. You have no right. Ẹ ṣe gan ni bàbá wa ọ̀nà mo ti block ìwé rí ẹ̀dá náà ọmọ ìyẹn ṣe true Biafra. A true Biafra will know that we are still fighting. I won't know it the country. Like I always say, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, government in extra, they know that they haven't declared Biafra yet. They haven't declared. Because if they declare Biafra, they must be able to hold it and they must be able to sustain it. And that is why declaration is not by mouth. You declare the society, the country, you must hold on to it. What they are doing is they're still planning. They are planning just like the Yoruba are planning. So, but for anybody to say because Tinubu has become the president, those that are campaigning for Yoruba nation, they've gone to sleep. These are people that we must say that they are head, not correct. Because we are still awakening our people. Our people are now at fault because we told them, especially some of us that were dedicated to the movement. But when they call Suru, Jagaban, blah, blah, blah. I'm not here for that anyway. I want to go straight to what I read from my brother, Moke Egbomi Sunday Adebanjo, Moke Intewani Idiroko, Moke Intewani Ojodon. Hussein Sadiq, happy Sunday to you. Ijaya Jaya, Ayoba, and the rest of you that have joined us so far. Let me quickly read what I picked up from, I might have to bring my other laptop if I can use that one. You know, let people that are abroad, they deceive you, say Nigeria go work. Most of them know that Nigeria is dead. But they are telling you that let us continue to pray. One day, God will answer that prayer. That is what they are telling you. God has left Nigeria long time ago for us to determine who we are and where we come from, which is our Lomo Yoruba, Akinshi Nigeria. There's nothing called Nigeria. Nigeria was put together by the British Empire. This empire, they put it together in 1914. So now I'm going to read what I picked up from Kayode Mola because this program ends just very, very. I just wanted you to see my lunch. So it's not a full program, but it's better than nothing because for every day we come out, we tap something and we educate somebody, and it's entirely up to that person to believe us or disagree with us. I hope that 2027, some of you are waiting for your PVC to come and change the reality. You're wasting your time. So let me see if I can pick up that story again. Chimo posted. Yeah, I did. I think I did post it. Where is it again? Kayode Mola was a brilliant article. Mokibabawa, if Abdul say in the next 21 days they will block the South Nigeria, let them block it. Who cares? If $5 Adeni Jimokinyi on the Mineral Yoruba, thank you so much. Yeah, I think I should bring the other system to be able to use that so that I won't be blocking my views. After this, we're going to start winding down. Like I said, it's just a very short program. It's not a long one. So I think I have it here. So let me pull this one up. Moki Bugwale can say happy Sunday and welcome to the program. This is my 123. They put us together for their own benefit. And people are here. You're fighting the Igbos, fighting the Hausas. The British are laughing at us. They say that's exactly what they want. Fight each other. Fight each other. You know. While they're taking our resources, they are building empires around the world. Me and you were here crying. You know, some of you cannot even eat 3 square meal anymore. God bless Babakitoye for us. God bless Igbo. God bless all our leaders. And let me read this article. This is what we should start thinking of. This is the area. I read it as well. And I hope that I want to they will pick from this and they can start extracting something. They're not gonna listen to Yoruba Nation because right now they are not going to listen to any Yoruba Nation. But one thing is, we hope that one day the reality will be done and everybody, you know, will. And there's so many criminals at Afa, at Babalawo. You know, like I said, I listened to Oriyomi Amzat, the particular program he did where Afa and so on say woman. You know, criminals all over the. I'm sure some of you watch the program as well. Kokoda Alata or something he does. You know, Muki Sheikh Imam. You know, we have good, you know, Muslims, we have good Christians, but Nigeria today has turned everybody to corrupt individuals. I cannot trust anybody in Nigeria. It is a corrupt system, systematically corrupt. Even if you don't want to be corrupt, they will make you to be corrupt. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So, and that's something that we should all start thinking of. Lagos Island and all over the place. So let me read this again. We post things out. Most of you probably don't even click on it. Some of you watch the video, you don't even like it, you don't even share it, and only God helps us. But like I said, we'll continue to do our own best. So let's read it. Voice of Emancipation, How to Achieve Yoruba Sovereignty, Part 4. And don't let me read it in Yoruba because I can't translate everything in Yoruba. So I'm going to read it in English just as he has sent it to me. And I think I should, let me move this a little bit. So, let's read it quickly. Kayode, this was put together by Kayode Emola. Last week, I laid down the gauntlet for all who truly believe in the freedom of the Yoruba people to stand up and be counted. I'm going to be doing some bit of analysis around it. Stand up and be counted. We must all stand up and be counted for. This is the time. This is the generation. Look, forget about trying to fix or work with Nigeria. It cannot work. It's a lie. They will just mess you around. They will disturb your mental faculty. We want to work towards, building a better Nigeria. You and who want to build better Nigeria? Stop that nonsense. Nobody can build a better Nigeria. Mr. Sunday Ajala Mokin, Shikiru Alani Mokin, Moke Plan B, Mokin Latin. I know you're there. I cited you earlier, and I say, Allow Baba, happy Sunday to you. Rotma Tech 22, thank you so much, and good afternoon to all those of you. Moni said, Allow Baba, anytime, Tiba today, Badon, Iwati Plan B, Ajamalojan, Kodabe Fugusuno Jagamaje, Mo promise in here, because you have been very, very honest and loyal, as one of our listeners on the Mixer Lab. So, and it will happen. We'll take the picture and I'll upload it on social media, even if it's going to take years. I don't know how long it's going to take. Don't tell me to come to Nigeria. I have nothing to come and pick in Nigeria. Okay? Koiki, come to Nigeria. Let's be fighting it together. Showore is in Nigeria. Go and fight with Showore, okay? Follow Showore. Revolution. Go and follow our media too. Koiki, come to Nigeria so we can sort it together, can do it together. Mombo, you go wait tired. We must elevate our struggle. Key meaning elevate. We must move away from where we are right now and we must elevate it. We must push it up. And the only way we can push it up is when everybody gets engaged. Owó ló fi ń ṣe àdínì. Owó ló fi ń ṣe ìjọ. Owó ló fi ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́. Because of that bastard woman. I don't want to mention her name because she's irrelevant to me. I'm not going to mention her name. I will try as much as possible to forget her name. I don't want to mention her name with all the stupid people that are following her. That is why people like my father, when he was alive before he died in the 80s, it was well known because Owólọ́fin ṣẹgbẹ́. Oh, what up when wọ́n ní tẹ́gbẹ́ bá ń dára látọ̀dọ̀ olórí ẹgbẹ́ ni. Kí ló rọ̀ pọ́ fi ń ṣe? Owó ni kúkú sí ni. Alhaji Koiki. Béèyàn bá bímọ láàárọ̀ yìí nísìnyí tẹ́ bá pè sínú ilé ẹ̀ ìgbà yẹn kò sí mobile phone báyìí. It's those ring phone. Bàbá mi ní nílé. Alhaji, ọmọ yín bímọ láàárọ̀ fàájì ṣe de. Òbé wọ́n ti pòbé fàájì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Kò sí ọmọ ọlọ́mọ níbẹ̀. And many people that their parents were wealthy in those era did the same thing. But lady nísìnyí support dáwó sí Yorùbá Nation movement. Wọ́n ní àti dáwó tẹ́lẹ̀ rí àdáwó mọ́. No problem. We will remain where we are. When we are ready, then we will elevate. But for us to elevate, you must keep. Àwọn tó wà nílé, we understand that some of them have not been loyal. But we must now start thinking of what we can do to elevate the movement so that they can hear us. Part of what they are doing already, the radio is coming out. I met one of my auntie there yesterday. I'm not going to tell you what I told her. There's some things in her ears because these are people. She just came back from Nigeria. These are loyal Omokogi state. And when that man came out and said, I said, look at this man. There are people that are flying into Nigeria every day, working tirelessly. Alajara, I don't know whether she returned back to, whether she's returned back. We didn't see her last night. She was at Ibadan. There are people that are working back to back. People that are working daily for this movement. Dr. Kebion Kosi has been flying in and out of Egypt. Moke Anike praise. Look at the music. Elobawa, sorry, YouTuber. There's nobody there on our YouTube. And I'll try and share the link of the YouTube before we move further. Elobawa, our sisters should not be doing Shagalo and all that. They are singers. Let us support them. Let us rally around them. This is the time that we elevate the movement from where we are. But it has to be on the ground. But without no money, we are not doing anything. Oh, what of Ishagbe? Don't let anybody deceive you. We are not in control of our resources to run Yoruba Nation as a government yet with the resources of Yorubaland. Ṣé Maloba, Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún sí, Mani Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún, Oya, èló ló wọlé látọ̀dọ̀ federal. Èló ló wọlé, Oya jà fún mi nínú ẹ̀. Do you think Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún will be caring to give us half of or percentage? Look, if the governors are giving us ₦1 billion every 3 months or more, the whole country go know say we do Yoruba Nation. Why do you think the Igbos, the Biafrans rather, under the leadership of their Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, why do you think they are doing fundraising every now and then? They are doing fundraising so that they can be able to support. I was reading the article on Simon Ekpa's page, the PM of the government in Biafra exile. They've invested and support with palliative 85 million naira. Those guys are not joking. Even if some of them won't chop the money on the ground, at least they can see that their people are being supported. This is the time that we elevate away from just talking to our people. It is time that we now to start having a constructive what we can do to support them. And that is what this article is all about. And I'm going to read a little bit further. But I want to share the YouTube channel of Anike Praise. She's one Yoruba woman that just released a music called Oriki Ikoyi. I don't want to play the music because it's not mine, so that again, because of copyright. So, she only has 7 subscribers. Tabatini Elobawa subscribe to channel. That means I am telling 42,000 of my followers to go there and support the Yoruba person. The reason why we are doing what we are doing is because we want to support each other. And if we are skit, I can do skit in this kitchen and I can make Oyibo people to come and watch me. I know what I would do, that Oyibo people will be on this platform and I will only saw Yoruba. Mama low British accent me. British accent me. I've lived here for 25 years. British accent Mama low. Mama fishe skit orishirishi. This is what the Oyibo people wants to see on the YouTube. And I will have that traffic. I might not be like Mr. Beast, but I can tell you that within a year, if me and my children, we do all kind of different things, go out, video ourselves, stop Yoruba Nation, that would be a traffic and a big revenue for my platform. Sometimes I sit down and I say, so while we are here educating and pushing, we must also be ready to elevate our people. So that it's not just talking. So in law, so the page here, see Anike Praise Music. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Anike Praise Music. She only has 7 subscribers. I will check it before the end of the program and see how many of you are loyal. Also help us to go and do little things that doesn't cost no money. So we're gonna share the link and let us all go and click on it and follow it. She's not doing a program. She doesn't do a program like us, but at least just follow it, just to support her, just to give her the encouragement of what they're doing. She just released a music, just like we supported that beautiful sister as well, Janet. We play. I make sure that I play that music. They play. Janet. I'm sure you remember that music. You're waiting for miracles on a Sunday. Miracle will not happen if we do not make a push. Awalama push. And we have to keep pushing until the door will open. And that door must open whether they like it or not. By fire, by force, Nigeria is going to go down. It is when it's going to go down that we don't know. So I'm going to move swiftly because of my time constraint, because I'm going to end the program just before 4 o'clock. So let's go back again to Emola, with what he said here. We must elevate our struggle so that it penetrates the heart and the minds of our people. And that is where we should be right now. But because a lot of us are not dipping our hands, Mokie Olasukomi, aside to my brother. Because etigbo, hey, what move forward. Okay, no problem. So, owó lè fẹ́ fi ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ fi ta fẹ́ máa ṣe. Owó la fẹ́ fi ṣe. Kí ló rẹ̀ pọ̀ fi ń pe ẹgbẹ́. Owó ló fi ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, Yẹmi Fatoki. Peter Pan, afternoon to you, sir. Owó ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́. Ẹ fi náwó. Èyí tẹ́ ní. Nítorí pé ẹ ń sọ pé ẹ ta bá dáwó síbẹ̀. Àmọ́ tó fi ṣe, wọ́n ti kówó jẹ. Because that is what that woman came to destroy. Destroy your heart. Àwọn dẹ̀ ń raise owó. Ẹ mọ̀ kàn raise owó. Oh, tí mọ̀ kàn raise owó. Okay. Ẹ mọ̀ tó bá yá. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Let's go further. We must We must make them believe that we are the government in the waiting that they rely on. I love that part. Àwọn èèyàn wá gbọ́dọ̀ gbàgbọ́ nísìn pé àwa níjọba tó fẹ́ gba ìjọba kúrò lọ́wọ́ ìjọba tó jẹ́ mùjẹ̀mùjẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. We must start thinking of such as we move into 2024. No more joking. Eré ti pọ̀ jù, ẹ̀fẹ̀ ti pọ̀ jù. We must start putting structures in place. Structure kan ló ṣe with the finance. Àwọn kan ló ṣe. Tẹ̀bá fi pé wọ́n ṣe dáadáa, ẹ̀yìn ẹgbẹ́ ti ń jáde. Bishop Adesina tó bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ ọ wà lórí program kò ṣe pé mo disrespect wọn láti sọ pé kẹ́lómi máa tún gbé another platform jáde pé a fi máa fi lò láti fi máa fi support ara wa. If we can start even stopping using that nonsense naira, even if it's a fraction of us stop using it, it will go a long way. How do we do that? We must start having those that are in the knowledge of such to be able to tell us that a platform here, and we will gonna vet them so that they don't end up running millions of dollars of our money and they run away and we don't know where they are. Whoever is going to run anything, we must know to do background check on them and know where they are, including their passport details. So that Toba Salo will put their name on the Interpol. One anywhere. Where we are going to be looking for them in that country. They will not be able to move out, even if they want to travel through the borders. Technology today, there's footprint for everything we are doing today in this world. It is time that we must elevate, and I know they are working on it, but this is just what Kayode Mola wrote as an article. I'll check it later after the program. Thanks so much. I want to take that back again. We must elevate our struggle. Elevate something that wants to grow. When you go up on Yoruba Nation, going back. Do you know that we planned, when I was in Nigeria 2 years ago, we planned to set up a pure water for Yoruba Nation. That is what I was thinking as of 2 years ago. Imagine people buying pure water for Yoruba Nation. Even if we don't want to put Yoruba Nation there, but people can say that, Oruko, Kini, I want Yoruba Nation only. If they are selling their own pure water at 30 naira, we sell our own at 20 naira. We've started taking the minds of the people away from that nonsense country called Nigeria. That was what I planned 2 years ago while I was in Nigeria. 2 years ago, we were meant to have that unit. We buy all the equipment, we start running it, and water will be produced, and we start selling it. And we sell 10 naira lesser than the one, and we will repump the money back again into that same thing, and we will start moving it from state to state. But people are like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Because they can't see. You must do something that people will want to fall in love with and grab it and take it and run with it. Why do you think everybody wants to come to this country? Because number one, it has a good law that protects you as an indigent, as a foreigner, as a foreigner, and as someone, especially in Europe. In UK, their law is the reason why some of us are living here. Let's go further. And today is still the 3rd of December 2022. It's 7 minutes past. Okay, I go kitchen, you are faster. I keep looking at the kitchen clock. You know, Emma, the wife does that, just keep it a little bit 20 or 15 minutes faster. So it's showing 7 minutes here, it's showing 20 minutes there. Let's go further. We must make them believe the government in waiting that they rely on our Yoruba nation. It is time. But owó ní tó wọ́n bá sí nílé ẹ lè dámọ̀ràn tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Owó ló fi ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́, owó ló fi ń ṣàdínì. And there's something that he wrote here that I'm going to get to as well. Why do you think I take my children or you take your children to the hospital in this country? It's tax. If nobody's paying tax, where would the government get the money to run the operation of this country? That is why they tax us. That is why we are paying tax. To buy the lowo si, la se ma tax e. To buy ni business si. I've been reading the book about how to set up a business in America. Omo, very interesting. You remember that woman where I take picture with at the business show about a week ago now? That, fine woman. The book where she gave me, I mean, I should have read it in, I'm just slow reading. But the part I've read so far or more, this my brain don't expand like that. Shh. There's corporate tax, there's limited tax, there's limited partnership, different thing. America is operating because they can tax. They tax Facebook. This Facebook that you're watching on YouTube, they tax them. Elon Musk, X-Space, they tax them. Instagram, it was still Facebook. TikTok. These big corporations are taxed. The question is, how do we tax ourselves to make sure that we can start giving the hope for the Yoruba people at home that we are the government that they are waiting for? It must start while the government that is there is doing what they have there to do. Mr. Peter say, good, blah, blah, blah. Evil becomes bolder than when good people fold their hands and do nothing. Some of you, we're not going to get involved. No problem. Our time, we will not get tired. So let's move swiftly, quickly, because of the time. We must make them believe. We must make them believe. Àwọn tó wà nílé, àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà nílé. Look, ṣé àwọn Yorùbá tó wà níta, ẹ má farawé wọn. Ẹni tó níwèé tó wà nílùú yìí, ó better than tó wà Nàìjíríà lọ. At least ó máa jẹ oúnjẹ mẹ́ta, ìyàtọ̀ kan ní pé kò ní lè ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa account fún. Ó lè máa lọ ṣe back hand job. Ẹ sanwó fún mi lẹ́yìn. And if you are one of those, I cannot tell you more than the fact that you are doing something illegal in this country. If you're legal, it's illegal. If you're here on a visiting visa, Moki Grandma Le Ajayi. If you're here on visiting visa, Owa long shishe esanwo fún mi lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yìn, cash in hand. Ọmọ o tin ro fin niyan o. O mọ̀ pé mi ò lè máa sọ fún ẹ pé n tó ń ṣe yẹn wà legal. I live here and I'm a journalist. O tin ro fin niyan o. You are better off to go and apply for something with the Home Office. Nobody has a good case when it comes to the Home Office. You can apply for anything you want to, as long as you're here already. And that's for those that come with visa. Just sorry, she níṣẹ́ tẹ́ máa ń ṣe níbí báyìí kí mi náà bá yín ṣe nǹkan mo ti rí pé owó yẹn ti high mo fi gbówó lọ sí Nàìjíríà ọmọ tó bá gbẹ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó mọ ọ́fíìsì tó bá gbẹ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹni wàá bẹ̀rẹ̀ case pẹ̀lú wọn náà anyway tó bá mọ tó ń ṣe, because you can literally stop the case from there as well, ó kọ́ ẹ pé wàá fojú ẹ̀ hàn máa bó fact ló ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi ẹ̀. Immigration no be joke o, 15 years ni mo fi bá wọn fà nílùú yìí adẹ̀ṣe wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀, no be moi. Don't let anybody fool you. Some people don't get motor. They go stand next to the Mercedes every day. They go to take picture, upload them. You go think I don't get the Mercedes. They don't get Mercedes. So that's why I be real. But in the new year, I got to get a car. I've sacrificed enough for the last 3 years. And it's time now for me to elevate. So let's go further. I don't think I'm going to use Yoruba money to buy a car. No. I will go and get what needs to be done. And I'll buy the car of my favorite and I'll drive it. And when I buy it, I'll show you all in the new year. Because somebody guy, because some of you, I've lived there for 25 years. Minus Yoruba Nation. That means for more than 22 years that I've lived there. I have not literally say, it's the reason why we are doing that now, because this is a full-time job that I said 3 years ago, and I am different from others. I want to I mean, that's why I call it freelance. Then, because I buy a motor, I saw Yoruba moto. O my moto Timothy Rani Louis, Timothy Drive. Koda mo ti gba moto lọ́wọ́ finance, brand new. Ibe ale ni gbe o, ma faraway mi wọ́n tó ṣe nde o, lọ fàṣẹ gidi o. Ma faraway mi wa jẹ baba ya gidi. But support wa fún wa lọ́wọ́. Ká lè máa rí iṣẹ́ táwa náà ṣe lọ. Àwọn ọmọ American ló ti ń béèrè ní pé ọ̀gá send owó òdòdó sáwa náà. Bá dem send owó nísìnyí, send be 5,000 sí wọn, and there are 15 of them. Let's go further. We need to begin building structures and infrastructures to show our readiness and commitment, thereby attracting more people to our cause. How do we do that? Building structures, building infrastructure. It's a good idea. It's a good initiative, but it needs capital as well. Okay, if we're going to build a small clinic, we must first say, gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ tó ń ṣe Yorùbá nation tí a mọ̀ wọ́n tó dẹ̀ wà register àwọn la máa kọ́kọ́ look after. Oh yes, and I think it says something like that. Not everybody. I come I open up everybody every dick and Harry. No, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé tẹ́ ń struggle tẹ́ láwọn ọmọ nílé ẹ ti register àti mọ̀ pé Yorùbá nation ló ń ṣe. Mo kí àwa Ọlájùmọ̀kẹ́ Àjọkẹ́ TJ tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ mà. Ẹ register. Tẹ́ bá ti wá register, àwa mọ̀ pé ọmọ lágbájá tó bá sick lọ sí clinic lábẹ́ Yorùbá nation kó lọ gbọ̀gùn kó fi tọ́jú ẹ̀ àtọmọ ẹ̀. Táwọn àwọn tó kò bá wá gbọ́, Yorùbá nation yẹn ló fún ẹ lógún, then it becomes a ringtone. There was a guy, ẹran mi létí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi triple DRS. Bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ló kọ́ ó ṣe ringtone in the around 1999. Ó níṣẹ́gi owó. Ọmọ Nigeria ni kí lórúkọ again náà is now into very is into very more influential things or something like that ló ń ṣe nísìn mo orúkọ ẹdẹ sápá mi lórí ẹni tó bá rántí bọ̀bọ̀ tí mò ń sọ ẹ olùkọ́ ṣe ringtone nílùú yìí. So we must do something that will send our ringtone out quickly. At it try, as in try, we must not stop trying and we must continue trying, but we need now to elevate the movement so that more people can get the message so that come out to Lord Dìbò ní 2027. Ọmọdé kì í ṣe di bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ ti kó lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí díẹ̀ báyìí nísìn, yà ń jẹun báyìí nísìn. Tẹ́lẹ̀ èmi ò kó lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí díẹ̀ báyìí nísìn, èmi ti jẹun báyìí nísìn, mo ti wọ̀ okay. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti kó lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí díẹ̀ nísìn, kí lẹ jẹ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀, kí lẹ jẹ lọ́sàn-án ẹ̀, kí lẹ máa jẹ lálẹ́ ẹ̀, kí lẹ máa jẹ lọ́la, ṣáwọn ọmọ yín lọ sí school lọ́la, ṣẹ̀ṣì ń rówó school san. Gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní NYSC, and our family to learn NYSC káàkiri ní Nigeria. Report that and get is very sad. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn fìyà jẹ wọ́n ní very poor hygiene places. Wọ́n ní wọ́n ní toilet tó fi ń yàgbẹ́. Toilet tó fi ń yàgbẹ́ wọ́n ní níbi tó ti ń ṣe NYSC. Tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe ìwọ tó ṣe NYSC nísìn, wá sọ ṣẹ́ tó fi ń ṣe fún mi. Ó fi ń ṣe POS. Ó fi ń ru pọnpọ́n káàkiri. It is time that we elevate the Yoruba Nation movement to the next page. I don't want to say next level because in Elema not innocent. I want APC. It is naive to think that such project can be achieved by passion alone. Mo bá máa sọ lójoojúmọ́, passion ò lè ṣe tá ń ṣe nìkan. Passion lèmi ní, beauty ní, kò sí nǹkan tí mo lè fi ṣe show. Kò sí nǹkan tí mo lè because èmi ti wá opportunity tẹ́lẹ̀ láti ama Nàìjíríà tipẹ́tipẹ́. Mo kí bàbá wa Táíwò Ẹ̀dùnjọbí. Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ayọ̀ Amósùn, yes. Ẹ lọ Google ẹ̀. Bàbá yẹn jẹ ṣége owó nígbà tí ringtone jáde. Made millions of pounds sterling. Ó dọ́rọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ni within the space of the time. And we can replicate all these that we're talking about as well. So these programs end at exactly 4 p.m., if not a little bit less than that. It is naive to think that such project can be achieved by passion alone without the foundation of solid financial backing. Solid, those solid that solid. And say Yoruba nation, no, ẹgbẹ́ ò lówó. So, ẹ wá expect ẹgbẹ́ kó perform. Ìbò ló fẹ́ gbà perform. Ìdí tí àwọn bàbá ti wá ṣe rí ẹgbẹ́ ṣe tó fi ń pè wọ́n ní constant stars. Dọ́là ẹ lọ bèèrè lọ́wọ́ Ebenezer Obey. In tó fi ń pè ní constant star ni pé wọ́n pump owó sínú ẹ̀ ní. Ẹni tó bá ní ẹ máa fowó sí ní tó bá fẹ́ náwó kò gbọ́dọ̀ jáde sínú ojú agbo kó má rówó náà. Ẹ bú ṣìgìdì owó sínú àpò ẹ̀. In tó fi rẹ́gbẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn. Kí ló ń wọ́n tẹ́gbẹ́ bá ń dára látọ̀dọ̀ olórí ẹ lọ bèèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn constant star pé kí ni bàbá Kóìkì ṣe Alhaji Ọmọ́táyọ̀ Kóìkì owó wo ló ná sínú constant star ó náwó nára ó ná gbogbo nǹkan torí pé kò fẹ́ jẹ́ kójú ti ẹgbẹ́ yẹn púpọ̀ ni wọ́n ti kú nísìn bí àwọn tó bá sì kú bí àwọn máa wà in their probably very old age ẹ lọ bèèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn èmi lè fi bàbá tèmi boast any day anytime owó ni owó la fi ṣẹgbẹ́ yẹn Tẹ́gbẹ́ bá ń dára látọ̀. Ẹ̀yin tá wà lórí bíbá, ó máa kú nísìnyí, so ẹ lọ sórí other platforms. Ẹ̀yin tá wà lórí KOIKIMEDIA Odùduwà, Ìyá Ọlájùmọ̀kẹ́, ẹ switch lọ sórí the other channel. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni kan kó mọ kájọ máa kó ẹni tó kó mọ ẹni tó fẹ́ kó mọ tó lówó lọ́wọ́. Ọmọ yóò yes kò ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn tó bá jẹ́ pure tó sì support Yorùbá nation tá dẹ̀ mọ̀ àdèmà vet wọn kò ṣe pàkọ́ máa náwó for everybody nìkan. It has to be the people that have sacrificed with us along the line in the last 3 years to start with. We know them. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ pé eléyìí Yorùbá nation ló ṣe eléyìí ò ṣe Yorùbá nation mọ́. Oh yes, I'm very sentimental about it because àwọn yẹn ló ti struggle pẹ̀lú wa, so àwọn yẹn ló kọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ jàǹfààní ẹ̀. Let's go further. Thank you so much to my back-end team for reminding me the name of that guy. Ayo Amosun. Shigidi Owolori. Níbi pé on ṣe ringtone. Kí ni Bishop Adesina sọ? They never knew it is a Pampers that made it Idibebe. Ṣe Idibebe. Kọ́ṣà máa yàgbẹ́ sára tó bá wà káàkiri. Yẹn la fẹ́ rí. It is naive to think that such project can be achieved by passion alone without the foundation of a solid financial backing. However, this does not need to be a onerous burden to our people. If we can find 100,000 people out of the 50 million Yoruba currently resident within Yorubaland, just 0.2% of the population, to support financially and materially, then we are on the course for success. This support doesn't have to cost a fortune, but it must be consistent. And those responsible for distributing these resources must be people of integrity. If that's any problem again on here. Oh yeah, ẹgbẹ́ bread ẹ lọ pín fún àwọn èèyàn. Akọ ètò lè jẹ tán tó máa fi bàjẹ́ sínú ilé ẹ̀. We can set up a bread factory or bread bakery in Yorubaland as Yoruba nation. Less than whatever they're selling it outside. Because what we are doing is we're subsidizing it. But food has to be pure Omo Yoruba, Yoruba nation. But again, it has to be something that has to be looked into so that kind of thugs, because we have a lot of criminal Yoruba thugs. So again, as much as this is a good idea, it must also be looked into in a way that it can propel, it can work. This support doesn't have to cost fortune, but it must be consistent, and those responsible for distributing these resources must be people of integrity. We are just about 20-something minutes away from the end of the program. 100,000 people consistently supporting with a monthly token could provide free education to the children of those supporting the movement. Don't support the Yoruba Nation movement. We should be able to support them, with something. So that message, my travel card, one support in Yoruba Nation. I want to one bit. Babakito Yatigbo, Chief Ailoge, we start. It becomes something that people will buy into it. Because we must look, if we allow election 2027 to also come again, it's to round 2 years new. So for now, I have not even started about campaign to stop election, because for me, we did that in 2023. No election. We did poster. We shouted. We cry out. We said no election. Everything we did was just to also create the consciousness to our people, because every time we were going to court, they were reporting it in Nigerian newspaper. Hey, Ilana Modua took Nigeria to the court because there will not be election in Ekiti State. There will not be election in Osun State. But at the end of the day, some people reverse it and use it against us. I hope many of you are not preparing for another election in 2023. So we're going to move swiftly because of the time. This in turn will attract more people to join our movement, thereby advancing our cause for freedom. It will also be equivalent in the size to a country or an island in US called the US Virgin Island, a recognized independent nation, a community that is larger than the 36 smallest independent island in the state. If we were to gather support of over 1 million people, we will be the size of Djibouti, Cyprus, Mauritius, or Estonia, larger than the 73 countries of the island. Yet, these nation-states, despite their diminutive population, still do well for themselves. If we can get even 35,000 people on the payroll of Yoruba nation, 35,000, and we were looking after them for the next 3 months or more, gbogbo le Yorùbá máa blow, wọ́n máa sọ pé àwọn kan máa ń gba owó, wọ́n ti ń gbádùn, kí ló dé táwọn ò gbádùn? Wà ní ṣẹ́yìn ṣe Yorùbá nation. Okay, what is Yoruba nation? Even if we start with 35,000 people, and those 35,000 people must be the people that started with us 3 years ago. Kò ń ṣe pé èèyàn kankan máa dé lánàá. Ẹ bá wa inject orúkọ sí, as we now have item number 7. I'm sure some of you, if you don't know the meaning of item number 7, go on the Twitter and see what they're saying on item number 7 that flew with Tinubu to Dubai. It was the people that have been part of the movement that we want to take care of their family. Even if it's just 35,000, ẹ jẹ́ ká extract 35,000, ẹ jẹ́ kó fún wa lórúkọ 35,000. Àwa la máa wá send owó sínú account wọn, not me o, mo kàn sọ ni o. The body will be sending money directly to the account every month. So anyway, we're going to wind down because of the time, like I said. So this is just the first part. I'll be explaining a little bit more about this in due course in the next program. As I leave you, I say, may Eledumare be with us and bless us. And I hope that our quest for Yoruba Nation movement will happen in our lifetime. And if you say that Koiki couldn't happen, well, I don't know what you will be. Maybe you will still be here with us, or maybe you'll be gone, or maybe you'll be in the sick bed. So stop saying that Yoruba Nation can never happen in our lifetime. If you're saying that, that literally means that you are not a true bona fide Omo Yoruba. And on that note, thank you so much. Trinity just sent a diamond. Thank you so much. And the rest of you that have sent something to us, thank you so much. My name is Olami Koike. Remember, your support is needed so that, again, we can drive the narrative further. Babawa Jimo, Yoruba te koyen, okpo die púpọ̀ for me. But we shall do and on that note, have a very good afternoon. My name is Olami Koike. We'll be checking out, and I hope you enjoy your Sunday wherever you are. If I can come out again, fine. If otherwise, as usual. Why is it called Yoruba Nation? It doesn't matter. We can call it anything right now because Yoruba Nation is the name of the Yoruba people. Nation is short people that are the same culture, the same language. We can change that name at any time. It can be Yoruba Oduduwa Kingdom. It can be Yoruba Kingdom. But for now, whatever we are using now is just a template. Even with the flags that we produce, all these are just template. It can be changed at any time. Again, Yoruba is who we are as indigenous people. We are not Nigerians, and there was nothing called Nigeria before 1913. Waris Jino, have a good afternoon. And on that note, happy Sunday. Yoruba Nation, no going back. Yoruba Nation for life. Bye for now.